KX News at 6.
Coming up on KX News at 6, summer is travel season, but how safe is it to take to the skies right now? We've got some advice from one of the state's top health experts. And cases of the coronavirus continue to surge across the U.S., setting a record for the second time this week. Plus, in some positive news, a hometown favorite opens back up in western North Dakota.
Putting North Dakota first. KX News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, I'm Renee Cooper. Thanks for watching KX News. Leading our coverage tonight, North Dakota health officials reported 2 more deaths from COVID-19 this morning, along with 90 new cases, as the state experiences a rise in cases over the last 2 weeks. The increase in cases comes as the state makes mass testing available while it lifts state-mandated business closures. The positivity rate of tests has remained under 5%, an indicator that the state is aggressively testing for the coronavirus. At least 2 businesses in Bismarck temporarily shut down again after reopening. The businesses Sports Page Bar and Butterhorn Restaurant are testing their employees for COVID-19, according to social media posts. The state has recorded 4,243 cases during the pandemic. That's according to the North Dakota Department of Health. 83% of those people have recovered, but 87 have died. And with COVID-19 cases spiking across numerous states in the U.S., is it okay to still take a flight for vacation? KX News talked to North Dakota's chief health strategist, Dr. Joshua Wynn, who says he personally has decided not to risk it. He says flying is filled with risks, but he understands people have to do it under certain circumstances. Dr. Wynn advises you make sure to follow the rules, not just to reduce your risk, but the risk of hurting someone else.
You know, it's very personal. We have 5 grandkids. They live on both coasts, and we want to visit them, and we have not done it yet, and I don't think we have any immediate plans to do it. I love to fly. I love to see my grandkids, but if there's a recipe for concern, if you will, it would be mixing a whole bunch of people in a relatively tight space.
When it comes to wearing extra protection like a face shield or gloves on top of a mask, he says you might want to consider it, adding he personally wouldn't eat any food on the airplane because you have to take off your mask to do it. For the latest information on the coronavirus and to follow our COVID-19 North Dakota Watch, visit our website. That's kxnet.com. Well, new data shows the U.S. set a record for the highest single day of new cases for the second time this week. According to Johns Hopkins University, there were more than 66,000 new cases on Friday.
The nation's top infectious disease expert, Dr. Anthony Fauci, telling the world that the U.S. is at a historic point in the COVID pandemic.
As you can see from this slide here, my own country, the United States, as I'm sure we'll be able to discuss a little bit more, is in the middle right now, even as we speak, in a very serious problem.
Fauci issued the blunt new warning during this year's International AIDS Conference as the coronavirus crisis rages on. Amid ongoing reopenings, Florida continues to grapple with skyrocketing daily COVID numbers and hospitalizations. In hot zone Miami-Dade County, the test positivity rate surpassed 33% this week.
We have 1,800 people in COVID patients now. That's the highest by many multiples. We have almost 400 people in intensive care, and we're about to hit an all-time high in ventilators.
Despite the apparent height in Florida's pandemic,
we look forward to seeing you soon.
2 Disneyland parks are open again this weekend amid criticism from one employee union. Aggressive testing happening in parts of Texas, some regions working with the military to keep up with demand. And in other signs, the pandemic is tightening its grip on the Lone Star State. Some hospitals are turning to tents and other spaces to treat the overflow of COVID patients.
Conference rooms, shelved spaces, and currently we have ICU patients that are on medical surgical floors that honestly really need closer monitoring, need equipment. But those are things that we just simply do not have at this time.
Everyone is exhausted, and the patients here are very sick.
California also taking steps to relieve the pressure from record COVID numbers. The state's Department of Corrections plans to release at least 8,000 pre-selected prisoners from correctional facilities across the state. The move meant to allow for more social distancing behind bars. As death tolls climb, a troubling new report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention about how COVID is disproportionately killing Black and brown Americans. The fresh CDC data showing, on average, those minority groups are dying from the virus virus at a younger age when compared to white patients. One likely factor, many of them filling essential and service jobs, allowing little room for social distancing or for staying at home.
And what we need right now in the short term are an equitable allocation of resources to Black and Brown communities. So targeting testing, contact tracing, PPE, ensuring that the healthcare institutions in those communities are adequately resourced.
Staying fully stocked, that's a big challenge for some hospitals across the country, with the virus showing no signs of slowing down.
Well, Texas Governor Greg Abbott said, quote, the next step would have to be a lockdown. And in Georgia, the governor is reactivating a field hospital at a convention center in Atlanta. The mayor there is rolling back reopening to essential travel only. Well, Minot's Farmers Market is back in town. Today, folks from all over enjoyed a nice day at Oak Park, venturing to different vendors and enjoying the market's first day back. Operation hours are every Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday from 9 to 12 until October. One attendee says she's excited because this was her first time coming out.
So far it's been pretty fun. It's exciting to see everyone get here early and set up and be really excited about the market and seeing everyone.
Staff said they do recommend people wear masks and respect other CDC guidelines. In other news, if life is a bowl full of cherries, and then this variety is the gold standard. Find out exactly why we celebrate this delicate and delicious fruit.
Welcome to July 11th on the National Day calendar. Summer means the peak of freshness for fruit, such as cherries. And Rainier cherries are a premium pick. The creamy yellow fruits are more delicate than most and need to be handpicked, which is why they cost more at the grocery store. However, one bite of their mellow sweetness tells you why they are worth every penny. Named after Mount Rainier, it was Harry Fugly of Washington State University who developed the Rainier cherry in 1952. By crossbreeding the Bing and Ban cherry varieties, he created a new gold standard that folks look forward to every year. Even the birds know how special this fruit can be, and about 1/3 of the crop is eaten by this feathered pest. But who can blame them? On National Rainier Cherry Day, celebrate life with a bowl full of premium taste. I'm Marlo Anderson with the National Day calendar. Be sure to join us tomorrow as we celebrate every day.
Well, today we also celebrate National Cheer Up the Lonely Day, All-American Pet Photo Day, National Blueberry Muffin Day, National Mojito Day, and National 7-Eleven Day, believe it or not. Coming up next on KX News at 6, meet a man who's turned his favorite hobby into a lifetime passion project. Not to mention, he's made it his livelihood, too. Plus, weatherstill.com Robert will tell us how long this nice stretch of weather will last.
You're watching